Hi there. Welcome back to my channel. You will notice two inhabitants in my hair. I have no doubt they stick out like cute little bees. I just get bored and I want to stick things in my hair, and it's actually not an unheard of practice throughout history. Women put very strange things in their hair just for fun. So that's what I'm doing. Anyhow, welcome back. Find a spot on the rainbow, however you want to sit on it. I don't really mind. You just, get comfortable, and we're going to discuss things. And I'm going to ask all kinds of questions, and, you can ask me questions, and hopefully we can come to some kind of an accord. Because I'm having a lot of fun really getting to know the UK as a whole, because I know that there's a bunch of countries in there, and I'm really fascinated and I want to know more. So, because the only time I went to Scotland when I was very little, and I remember I loved it. It was beautiful. It was dark. It was green. It was cold and gusty and windy. And personally, I love weather like that. So I'm one of the weirdos. I know. I know. And then England, of course. Lots of rain, no complaints here. The only time I complain, obviously, is when I have to be out in it for an extended period of time, but that's anyone, I think. Anyway, the topic today, which I think is in a lot of people's minds, honestly, is hot. It is hot weather. Right now, the reason I'm doing this as early as I am is because later on, I'm going to be taking my own advice and trying to keep cool. Now, I did grow up most of my life in Texas and in the South, so I am used to hot weather. And I was going to tell you some of the things that I used to do to help keep me cooler. And I don't know, maybe some of it will help you, maybe some of it you've already heard of. I don't know. But I would really like to impart this knowledge to you and see maybe, you can have some better summer days, as short as they can be around here. It is nice to be able to just enjoy it instead of suffer through it. So, Sophia says hello. She is very happy to see all of you, obviously. And I'm very happy to see her. So, it works. I'm putting her in the corner. And I happen to love bees and bumblebees. I think bumblebee is the funniest word, really. Just say it enough times and you'll start to giggle. Unless you have, I don't know, a different sense of humor. I have no idea. But I'm going to tell you about one scene from my childhood, and it will describe how hot it could get and the way we had to survive. In America, most homes, most apartments, flats, condos, any kind of building structure where people will inhabit, will have ceiling fans. And it's usually in the living room, the bedroom. Sometimes they put in the kitchen, not often, but you are guaranteed to have at least one ceiling fan in your house if you live in America. I personally love it. I miss those. There were some apartments that I stayed in where the ceiling fans seemed to be coming apart, and so it would wobble while it was on the ceiling, and we would look at it and just think to ourselves, I really hope that doesn't fall off. I was a lot younger. I wouldn't say in as much possession of patience and common sense as I have now. So yeah, I should have handled that one differently. But ceiling fans would really help cool things off here. Although I do believe the reason why certain things have not been implemented in England is because your summer is really short, so it's not like you're suffering like we used to in Texas. Because I just did check the weather for where I grew up, partly. And in the town right now, I tried the yearly access so I could figure out what it was like year round. 9 months out of the year, it feels like summer here. And I should say it feels like the beginning of summer here. And what it evolves into is like so much hotter. It's literally unbearable. You can't take it. So what we used to do to survive is we would get wet washcloths and lay on the sofa with our washcloth on our face, leaned back on the sofa with the fan on high, and not move. Because, I mean, you're talking about weather that was just... There might not have been very much humidity in the air, which didn't add to the fatigue, which in a way was good. Because humidity makes my hair just go poof, and I get nothing but like little floofies. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, you have to deal with that kind of weather, and when it's low humidity like that, it is easier to navigate, and you don't necessarily need to have like a worry about becoming too tired, because believe it or not, where I grew up was a dry heat, and honestly you didn't get your energies tapped as much. You could get a lot of things accomplished, and as long as you drank water and stayed out of the sun, you would be relatively okay. I mean, I miss going out there swimming. I do, but I don't miss the sun. It was just too bright for me. I hope you like these, because these are just cute. The first one, I told you I got off of Tesco. This one. Tesco. Oh, God, excuse me. Etsy. And actually, this one I got off of Tesco years ago. But I have modified her and given her like a little crown of beads. Just for fun, I have a ton of little stuffies I'm going to stick in my hair at some point. Yeah. So, you guys don't have ceiling fans here, but at least you can buy them and you can bring them home with you. So that's a good thing. One piece of advice, if I may, get an industrial floor fan. They don't have to be large. I have some that are like a 16-inch circumference, and they can go all the way down to 14. Get those, put them in front of your like sliding glass door or your big door. Put it on the highest setting you need, and then take the fan and point it up so that it can blow all that hot air out from the top of the room, and it will really refresh it. Now, of course, there are going to be some days where the heat is so oppressive that you're just blowing hot air into the room anyway, but for the most part, it does work effectively. And then the final thing I would recommend is, after you've like sealed off most of the door or window, put that fan at the bottom of it so it can suck in the cooler air from outside. And that's a really quick way to cool down your house as well. And always, when it does actually cool off, continue to cool the house down as much as you can, because the next day it's going to get hot again. And I think it's better to start from a as close to cool and comfortable point as possible, because I mean, I can't sleep when it's hot. I can't. It's just so uncomfortable. And to be honest, I don't know when I last slept. It's been a while, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I wanted to tell you these things because I know how hard it is to survive in a summer, and it just doesn't seem like there's much anymore. Like those little hand fans, those are great, but there's a lot of other things you can do that maybe people didn't tell you about. So I was, I thought maybe that would help. Another thing I love to do is I take washcloths and I soak them in water. And sometimes you can put in like a drop of like, say, rosemary oil, or like put a little tiny bit of patchouli, or anything like that would have a nice pungent earthy smell, because when you get those washcloths out of the freezer, what you want to do is you want to use them to wash your face, and not necessarily wash it, but just like rest that ice on your face or the back of your neck. and it feels so good. And the great part about it is that you can keep it relatively fresh, because you use one, make sure you have two in the bag, and then you wash that one out, rinse it, and then refresh it, and then you'll have three all totaled. And it's just a good idea to plan ahead. Like, don't cook hot meals early in the day and wait until it cools off to do that kind of stuff, and prep ahead, because you don't want to suffer from the heat. It's just unbearable mostly. I also found that I freeze just about all my drinks. So if I'm having a cup of tea, and you guys can look at me in horror, I know, but I can't afford to buy the bags of strawberries that I like. And those are the ones that I used to like to, I would put them in a tray in the freezer. I'd pour a little bit of vanilla soy milk on top of them, and then I would have basically strawberry vanilla ice cream, but it was a lot lower sugar. So yeah, I freeze my tea, and I freeze my coffee, and it actually makes like a tea kind of ice cream. I know it sounds weird, but there's a coffee ice cream that comes from the other one. So those things keep me cool. But you could always like put like bits of cucumber into water and freeze them, or you can take like your favorite drink, whatever it is, and pour some into ice cube trays. Freeze those trays and then pop them out and then put them in a baggie in the freezer, right? And what you do is, whenever you want your drink and you want it cold, take those ice cubes that have the 100% flavor in them and put them in your drink. And then that way it doesn't water it down, because I can't think of much else at a party I don't like, and that's a watered down drink. It's just not cute. So it's much nicer to have that flavor, I think. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, and really, really keep your windows closed. You want to have something white on the back of your curtain, so that way when the light bounces off, the heat and everything, it'll just bounce right back off. And try not to move around a lot, because the more you do, the hotter you will get, and it's seriously draining. Like, you're gonna think you can get up and do things, but you're going to be so tired. And yeah, it's not a fun existence. So, but, oh, hold on. I have a cat. Hello, you coming to say hi to everyone? You gonna say hi? Okay. Excuse me. That is my lovely kitty. She's very talkative. When we first picked her up, she was an abused baby. And now, as you can see, she's quite confident, and she's not afraid to ask for what she wants. So I think that's kind of cute. Anyway, if you have any questions about this kind of stuff, just let me know. And the last video that I did about the different kinds of size of bed, eiderdown is a word I remember hearing somewhere. I don't know where, but I remember it. And I thought, oh my gosh, that really helps, because I had forgotten that one. And it's a cool word. It's a good one. And I'm really enjoying learning things from you guys, because I may not reply as fast as I would like to the comments. I'm going to reply, but you impart so much knowledge upon me that I'm just like, yay, thank you. Because it's really exciting to learn a little bit more about things. And I love hearing about the older days, like the way things used to be. And I just think that we could learn from the past if we're really careful. So, I think this is going to be coming to a close. I don't want to make this too long. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to ask me. And let me think. If you're LGBTQ and you're feeling lonely or you're feeling hurt and you see any of my videos, please feel free to contact me, and maybe I can be a support. You know, we all need a safe place to go. And with that, I bid you guys adieu, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm really I'm very happy to have all of you with me, and I value your subscriptions. Thank you so very much. Okay, good day.